After all of what has happened with Terra, here are some of the important news that you need to know. So firstly, Do Kwon has said that Terra is collecting snapshot data for Luna airdrop. And according to him that the blockchain is in the process of collecting data from the major exchanges for the upcoming Luna drop. So this basically means that they are collecting the data of people that held Luna at a certain point, and then the con said that this process could take time as a large amount of data is involved. And according to the article, this moves comes as voting show that the majority of the Luna holders are in favor of Terra launching a hard fork and creating a new blockchain. Now, a lot of people have been affected by it, and currently 230.9 million of the eligible voters have casted their vote, and 61.7% have voted in the favor of the hard fork, and still the voting is yet to be concluded. So what's the plan about the airdrop? So further, this article mentions that the proposal for the hard fork, the community of Luna holders will receive 30% of the new Luna supply, and those who held prior to the crash will receive 35%, and those who brought after the crash will receive 10%. And then for the UST holders on the anchor will receive 10% of the supply, while those who became after will receive 15%. And what about the UST stablecoin? Will it exist in the new ecosystem? So well, they have mentioned that it would entirely discard the UST stablecoin. So according to the proposal, the Terraform Labs would be excluded from the new blockchain, and the Terra version 2 would completely be owned by the community. Although there are speculations that this plan might have been a part of the pre-planned kill switch protocol. So this basically implies that Daquan knew that this was going to happen, and he was willing to take all this heat and then do this second act of his whole plan. The Curve exchange, which is also among the big ones, has recently voted to entirely cull its support for UST, and its community also opposed the support for the new Terra. So this doesn't end here, there are other important news as well. This news is interesting because Do Kwon has cleared some of the concerns, and we can get some news on the revival plans, etc. So first thing that you have to know is that Terra controls 0.1% of the Luna's current supply. And before the crash, he even shifted to Singapore. So there's a lot of speculation about why he moved to Singapore and if he had all this planned before. So he replied to that he has been living in Singapore since December of 2021, and it was a long planned and personal decision. This one is an important question that we need to look at. And is Terra evading the tax liabilities? So Terra was registered in South Korea, and Do Kwon has said that his organization does not have any outstanding tax liability left in South Korea. But however, according to the reports, the South Korean tax agency, they have been mentioning that the Kwon owes around $78 million of tax to the government, and the authorities are after Do Kwon for evading corporate and income tax as well. So to this, Do Kwon mentioned that the Korean government required money to keep moving the COVID spendings, and they have been charging millions from crypto companies, and Terra also paid its complete share to the government. However, there are also reports that Do Kwon could be summoned by South Korea over different allegations. To this, Do Kwon has replied that he would be happy to engage with any legislative inquiry to the best of his ability. So Do Kwon is still free to date, and he could face any legal charges in the future. So right now, if you are thinking that Terra could have a future again, so I believe that it is not really a wise strategy to invest in it again, because currently Terra is just done with. They lost more than 40 billion of the people's money. And there's another thing that I want to show. Let me just take you over there. So here's that important thing. So the collapse of Luna and UST have reduced the aggregate market value of the cryptocurrency industry by 830 billion, and the NFTs, decentralized finance platforms, web3 applications all have lost value. So the crash of Luna didn't affect Luna itself or UST, but rather it had a very significant impact on whole of the crypto industry and wiped away billions of dollars of people that were invested in Luna. Now at this stage, the future of Luna doesn't seem very bright. Do let me know in the comments if you agree to this, and And also subscribe to the channel if you found any value from this video. I'll hopefully see you in the next one.